So there we go. All right. So, hello everyone. This is a live stream, and hello everyone. I'm not sure, it's just making sure everything's going and starting. Um, Making sure we've got everything working the way it's supposed to. This is a live stream, um, so I may be talking to people in the chat. We're going to talk about working in some glue books today. Last time I was talking about glue books, I didn't have any pictures trimmed up and ready to work on. So I've kind of gathered some stuff together today. So I'm hoping to work a little bit in that. So if anybody's watching, let me know. I want to make sure my chat is working. We don't want any more episodes like we had Thursday. I want to make sure everybody can hear and see. Anyone here? There's a few people here. Somebody's here. So I've got two books ready to start working in. I haven't started either one of them yet. I have prepped them a little bit. This is a new little yellow glue book that I would like to start working in. It's a blank book. It's a hardbound book. And I have taken quite a few pages out of it. You have to keep in mind when you're doing a glue book, especially with something hardbound like this with a binding in it, you need to take pages out. You are gluing stuff on the front of a page and the back of the page. So you're actually, for each page, you're actually adding 2 pages. So if you don't start taking some of those pages out, you're going to have the major alligator book that won't close because there's so much stuff in it. I'm not sure if my chat's going still. So if there's anybody here, say hello so I know that everything's okay. So that's a glue book that I want to start working in, just a normal glue book, nothing fancy. It is a little smaller than I've had been working with before. So that's a little bit more of a challenge. And then this one, I was actually going to use as a scavenger hunt for alphabet, and thought that it was a little small for that. So I had this blank book that I think I got from Barnes & Noble many years ago, and it had some handmade paper in that was kind of bumpy and didn't take writing very well and didn't take glue very well and wasn't working with. So I ended up ripping out all the pages of that paper, and I collect the Stampington Studios Art to Borrow pages, and so I folded those in half and used one of those easy twine bindings and put those pages in here. So I wasn't sure what I was going to use it for, but I think I'm going to use it for a glue book, a throwaway glue book. So I've saved some pictures, some stuff that normally I wouldn't save. Things that were on the backs of other pictures, bits of things, little tiny bits of scrapbook paper and some other papers, things that were real small. I just thought that I would throw in this box and use it. So I'm not sure still if my chat is working. I don't see anybody saying anything, and this is what happened last time when my chat was not working. YouTube, after a while, told me that I was no longer streaming, so I got confused. So I am just going to pull up give me a second. Let's see if we can figure out if we're streaming or not. Somebody's saying something. Hello. You can see? You can see? Did you guys just get here? You've been here for a while. Hi, Caroline. J Pet. J Pet, what's your name? So I can't say that name. Make it easy on me. I've had a terrible week already. So you guys have been here or just getting here? Just got here? Okay. And Caroline, you just got here as well. All right, so now that I know that I'm up and running, I'll start over. We're going to work in blue books today. I've got 2 that I want to start. Been saving some pictures, trimmed up some stuff that I wanted to use. So let me get situated here. Now that I can see people and I know everything's all right, we don't want to have another episode like we did Thursday. That wasn't fun for anyone. Joan, hi Joan. I have a little bit of a lag, so it takes me about 30 seconds to see what's going on, okay? So I'm going to work in some glue books. I want to start working in this little yellow glue book. And I was saying that I take pages out of a hardbound book like this. This is just a blank book because you're gluing all kinds of stuff on both sides of the paper. You're actually adding 2 pages to each page that's there. So if you don't take away pages, your binding gets a little stressed. It gets so full that the binding could pop. And I don't like that. And I don't like the major alligator book syndrome when your book is so full it can't close. So I have taken half the pages out. I believe it's about half the pages. And it might even be just a little bit more because I am planning on adding quite a bit of stuff to this. The other glue book, this glue book I was actually going to use for my scavenger hunt, but I thought before I started it that it might be too small for what I wanted to do with it. So I had, this was actually a, hi Aunt Sandra. This was actually a blank book that I got at Barnes & Noble, and it had handmade papers in it that was not real bumpy. I think that's part of what was kind of like in there. You can't see, of course, but it wasn't easy to write on. It wouldn't take glue. It was awful. So I tore out all the pages, and I put in the Stampington.com's Art to Borrow pages out of the magazines. Folded those in half, and I did an easy twine binding to put those in, and I think I might just play around with this for a throwaway glue book. And what I mean by throwaway glue book is in this box are all kinds of bits and pieces that a normal person would throw away. I've got some little bits of book pages, some scrapbook paper. I tried to stamp this shiny magazine paper. And hi, Rose from Oregon. But it smudged, and I didn't like the way it turned out, so I probably would have thrown it away. So instead of throwing it away, I threw it in my throwaway box. There's pages in here, bits of magazine pictures that were probably on the back of something that were kind of cool. So some watch parts that I wasn't going to save. This was a cover of one of the books that I did. Just all kinds of bits and pieces of stuff that I think I will put together. I'll take some of this out so we can see it. Put together on a page to show glue books are really easy to do, and I will just grab some stuff out of here to show you kind of the stuff that I saved, and how to put it together to make it kind of cool and interesting. These things in here are things that I wouldn't normally save. Not really something that I wanted to look at a lot, but like something like this, it kind of got cut off, but it's kind of cool to see this little bit of tree. Of course, I didn't trim anything, so I'm probably going to use this, or I probably would have thrown this away. And so now it's going to be part of my throwaway glue book. So what else do I have in here? Here's another part of a tree. I like trees and stuff, and just can't seem to throw away stuff when it's even parts of it. I mean, it's still kind of cool looking. It's almost more interesting with it ripped up. So let me just pull out some of these little bits. Here's a piece that I normally wouldn't save because it's all blurry. But it's probably going to look really neat with other stuff. So let me trim off all that white stuff. Put it in my pile that I probably use. I like the watch bit, kind of like that. I should use some kind of face. See, that's very interesting that way. I like that. What else do we have in here? We have some little tiny bits, and I'm going to put those to the side so I can find them and decide later if I want to use them. I have bits of catalog. These were rugs that I like the patterns of. I might add those. All kinds of stuff, mostly from advertisements and catalogs and that kind of thing. Car would be kind of cool. chicken. I want some book pages. Let me add some of that I was almost ready to throw away. I want to have quite a bit out here, so I've got plenty to choose from. Let's see here. That's interesting. I like the color on that a little bit. Here's some paper, some of my paper that I have. Hi, Lynn. That I have put some color to. I like doors and windows. Even if I cut them, I always save doors and windows. I don't know what it is about doors and windows, but I really like them. So we might use some of that. Trees. That pig is really cute. I'm a little unorganized. I've had some sleepless nights, occupied with some other stuff. So I'm not as organized as I had hoped to be. And that's kind of interesting little bit. Thought he was pretty cool. We'll save him. I'm not sure if I want to use him yet or not. We already have some of that. Book page I would like to try. That's interesting patterns. Here's some scrapbook paper. Another window. So I wasn't able to get all organized like I'd really hoped to. This is a piece of Target envelope. I really like the color and I love circles, so I thought I would save it. And that is a piece that I stamped. I'm not going to put that in. Here's a stamp, some more scrapbook paper, some throwaway bits, tissue paper. What else do I have? Actually, these are bits left over from the paper that's in here, the stampington.com, the art to borrow. I cut the ragged edges off of them and didn't want to throw the little tiny itsy bitsy bits away. So I might just save some of those and put them back in, glue them on top of something. And here's a bunch of little bits. Some more scrapbook paper. Another interesting little bit of face. Some more colored papers. Some gold. Some more painted papers. A pig. Here's another bit of window. What's these fish? Save those for later. I am trying to sort out some larger pieces because I like to put large underneath and build up. So I'm trying to find some little bits that I can put on top, just so I don't have to go through all this again to find some little bits. Like I said, I should have sorted this out before. Just ran out of time today. Anybody else new coming in? I got some tissue paper in here. Not sure if I'm going to use that. I think I've got a lot here. So I might just dump the rest of it. I love the color of that. Just loved that. The magical. Magical. I didn't even notice that it had a great word on it, too. Let me trim that off. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that color. So, more little bits. I probably have plenty of little bits. Get some of the stuff out of my way. I have got a lot of stuff in here. All right. Let's get this out of the way. I probably have more than enough for a page. I just kind of wanted to show how it doesn't have to be neat stuff to be cool. So there's some of that stuff, some variety, and I do have quite a bit of stuff here. And I'm going to work in this book for my throwaway glue book. Let me get that out of the way. Let me get the yellow one out of the way. Put my scissors where I can find them. Find a page that's open. And let's see what we've got here. Some of this is way too big for these little tiny pages. I also have my little bin here. I was trying to organize that earlier and didn't get very far. Got my little bin of some text, some book pages and stuff, and some little bits of paper, so I can come back to that. I also took out, I have the plastic drawers, the little ones, the 5-drawer ones that it's almost 12 inches high. This is the one that I put words in, and I collect a lot of words, and tiny words are in this guy, so I can find them. These aren't all my words. I have a lot more, but that's what I grabbed. And then I also grabbed my envelope that's got numbers in it because I love to add. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Of course, I forgot again. I forgot to tweet. I always forget to tweet. I had some dramas going on, so I've just really lacking in sleep last night and the night before. So I'm just not thinking straight. So you'll have to forgive me for those new people. I'm not usually this lightheaded, lame-brained, discombobulated, but sometimes I am. This is little bits of stuff that most of this I picked up off the street. It's been rained on and stuff, so it's my little bits of found stuff, and I keep it all together, and I like to put that on top. And then I've got my drawer full of little bits of security envelopes patterns. I love these things, and I have actually a huge drawer full of the envelopes. And when I use those envelopes at all, I put all the little tiny bits in this drawer so that I can use the little bits. I don't throw anything away. I keep everything. So now that I've got this space all covered with magazine pictures, I need to get my catalog out so I can start gluing. So I am just going to randomly and really not think too much about, I don't even know what glue stick to use. I am going to use just a normal glue stick this time, just to see how it holds up. If I have to re-glue it, I have to re-glue it, but I'm really curious to see how strong this stuff is, if it will actually last a while. I need something with a straight edge. I like straight edges to go against the straight edge of the paper, just so I don't have to trim and it looks a little neater, and that's my perfectionist coming out. Can't help it. That's just what I do. So I like to try and put straight edges on straight edges and then work my way in. And I like to put large pictures on the bottom and work my way up and kind of add little details on the bottom. So I kind of want that in there. It's kind of cool. But I got all kinds of red. How did I pick all this red stuff? That's kind of cool too. I like that. So I'm going to put that. It's got straight edges and two edges, so I'm going to put that in the corner. Thanks, Lynn. I always forget to tweet, especially when I'm sleep deprived. Well, I forget to tweet always. I haven't remembered to tweet once, so how can I say that? I forget to tweet. It's not after Thursday. When YouTube, after being on about 45 minutes, YouTube told me that I wasn't streaming anymore. And so I had a bit of a meltdown because I didn't want to do my video all over again. I'm going to switch pages so I don't get glue all over the fronts of these pictures. So it wasn't a good time. This might be too big. I didn't have a good time. It happens, huh? Need to find some more straight edges. I guess I could do something like that so I don't have to worry about it. Just put it on. Stop thinking. Kind of like him. Where's my scissors? Really like him. See if I can get him straight on the bottom. He's still kind of big, isn't he? Don't have too many people on here if I put him on there. And then this one has got a really cool window on one side and a really cool house on the other. I don't know which one to use. Dilemmas. Lots of dilemmas. Let's see, what else do I have here? That's kind of cool. Kids with the bubbles is kind of cool. I don't have anything with straight edges though. Let's see. Let's put him. You can put him right there. Her right there. And see how that goes. Can't think straight today. Having some trouble. I guess we all have those kind of days, huh? You know, I didn't even announce in the Facebook group that I was going to stream. And I always, when putting glue in, using a glue stick, I always use a cloth and really rub, well, not really, but I rub down, make sure there's no air bubbles underneath my picture, and make sure that that glue is sticking really well. I have better luck using glue stick when I do that. Things don't necessarily come up as easily. They want to stick better, so I have gotten into the habit of using some kind of cloth and putting that down. Okay, so my YouTube now is telling me that we're not doing real well with the stream health. So I'm beginning to think it's another episode like Thursday when I think I'm streaming and I'm not. Too tired to deal with this. So someone say something in chat so I know that everybody's still here. Anybody? Anybody? So far, still here. Thank you, Joan. I went on Thursday. I was trying to do the art card video, and I did quite a bit of that video. And it had to have been like 45 minutes into me doing this video. I looked up. Thanks, Lynn. I looked up and YouTube said that I was no longer streaming, which was a lie because I was streaming. So I didn't think I was streaming because YouTube's told me that I wasn't. And so I started cleaning up and all that good stuff. And come to find out that I was still streaming. It was horrible. Not a good time. Not a good time at all. Kind of like this car. I don't know what kind of advertisement it was, but kind of like it. I don't want to glue things on two separate pages because it's in a binding where I can take out pages. I don't want them to fight against each other and start ripping things off. So I'm trying to get things right there so that they're not in the seam here. I don't want all of it to be ripped apart. I don't want them fighting against each other. So that's what I'm trying to do. And I need to move it along a little bit because I've been on for a while now. Let's see. Kind of like this piece. We can put that right there. So I'm just using garbage and stuff that I would have thrown away, so it really doesn't matter where I put it, how I put it. I'll make sure that that's on the crease, though. So I'm just using up stuff, because I have a lot of stuff to use up. You can see these pages are slipping all around. They're not sewn into this at all. Let's see, let's find a little bit. That's too many people. Less people. That's a person. We don't need more people. We need some pattern. That'd be cool right there. I'm going to turn the page. Probably need a little bit of color too. that right there. I'm trying to line up the edge of the paper. This would have been interesting. Somewhere on there. I'll fit right there. Red against red. Shannon just posted a video of a collection of journals for no reason, full of junk. Oh, see, I love those. Gonna have to watch that. Love those a lot. I'm gonna put, let me find a little piece of paper, colored paper. Where's my colored paper one? What happened to it? These are too skinny, but it's kind of cool. Like that. I was on Barb Owen's stream on Friday. She was kind of doing the same exact thing. She was gluing junk into a journal as well. Just some things that she had just organized her studio and things that she wanted to get rid of, not really throw away. So she had a whole basket full of stuff that she was just gluing into a book as well. Some handmade papers and things. It's funny, you know. She just posted that. I love journals for no reason. Love them, of course, because that's what I do. But I need some envelope page might be cool here. Something interesting. Kind of like that. What else? What else? I'm thinking way too much about all this. I want to cut that white bit off. But I do kind of want a little bit of this pattern, not a whole lot. Right there. Yeah, you were there, Lynn, and saw that journal. That was really cool. And I just thought it was so funny that I'd had this planned for a couple weeks, maybe not that long, week and a half, that I had planned on gluing a bunch of junk in a book too. And somebody, I think Shannon said that Christy was also doing the same kind of thing. So it's just one of those, everybody's in the mood to glue junk kind of weeks, I guess. I kind of want some book page in here too. So I'm kind of covering up some of the words and stuff that I really don't want in here. There's some words down here that I don't really like the looks of, so I'm going to find something to put over the top of it. Something kind of like that. I need to put something in that corner, and that looks like it fits, so I'm just going to put it in there without thinking about it, just because it fits. Where's my cloth? So I need some little bits. Here's some book page. Yeah, Barb's journal was really cool, and it was fun to watch her just glue random things in it, kind of like this. She was doing more of a papers, painted papers and that kind of thing in hers. Still really cool though. What happened to my paper one? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Looking for it everywhere. What do I have in here? Some random paper. I don't know if I want purple. Something red? I don't have anything red in here. That's kind of interesting. Nothing red. Why didn't I do something red? That's a nice, cool little piece. Where is that red bit that I misstamped? Just having one of those days. Can't find anything. Same old, same old. I had it. I saw it. I pulled it out. What happened to it? It's here somewhere. Ooh, watch part would be cool. Easily distracted. Very easily distracted. Should we put that one? That one? That's got a weird edge on it. I don't like that so much. We'll take that edge off. So let's put that on there somewhere. Where's that piece of red? I know I had it. I want that red. Where's that red? Why is it when you're looking for something you can't find it? Because I know I pulled it out. It was here. I swear it was. What did I do? There it is. Things are hiding themselves from me now. Isn't that always fun? Hi, Dida. Hi, Janet. Don't want it too big. Now I've got this little bit of glue. We'll just stick it over here since it's all nice and gluey. So this is a way to do just a random, don't think about it kind of glue book. And it's the best way to do it. For me, gluing is nice and relaxing. This way I don't have to think about stuff too much. And it just kind of is what it wants to be. Oh, I need to cover that up. That's horrible. And like her eye, I brought in some little bits of faces to do stuff with too. See if I can find a funny little eye to put over there. Something a little bigger. Oh. That's kind of interesting. Kind of like the torn edges. And I'm just going to cover up all my little bits here, make sure the page is all covered up. And I'm going to call that almost done. I just need a little bit down here. Maybe a little less than that. And I can put that right there. And actually I've got words that I could put somewhere. We want to add words to it. Seems like we need a little bit something down here. I don't see anything. Don't see anything that's striking my fancy. That's too pink. Nothing is jumping out at me. That's too many people. Too many people. A house? Nah. Pear? No. We'll put that there. Let me cut the edge flat. Where's my scissors? Lost everything again. There they are. She is kind of looking sideways at him, isn't she? A little bit sideways. Just a little bit sideways. So I wonder if I've got a little red word of some sort. Too many words in here, I can't see anything. Amazed. Amazed. No. And nobody's amazed on this page. Something else. Magic. Magic. Reward. Rewarding. I like reward. See anything else? Red. introduction. Feel free to be. That one's interesting. Kind of like that. Kind of like that one. So let me see if I can not bend everything in there. Not that I have any place to put that, because it's going to cover up his face. That's too long. What are you going to do? I'll put it down there. Going to trim it up just a tad. And put it on the bottom. Starting to feel like I'm going hoarse here, people. I'm not even saying anything. Free to be. So I might come back and add a little bit more details. I do have this little bin that I was saving for my other glue book, but I could use it. Let me close this up for now. And this is little tiny, and I probably shouldn't have it in this little basket that's got holes in it so things don't escape. But it's little tiny, some of it's fussy cut stuff, some of it's itsy bitsy little bits of detail that I can put on top. And I had some small stuff, like this owl would be kind of funny. Here's some Roman numerals that are kind of interesting. Piano keys. What else do we have in here? I like to add the little details right on top. It makes things, you can add more interest that way. So here's a match. I think this was a book. It's a match box full of matches, and it says Lust and Wonder on it. It kind of goes with the page. I think I want to cut it down just a little bit and put it on there. But these are all these little tiny bits to add some stuff. Menu. You don't have to add anything. Here's a bird. But I like to add little tiny things that are unexpected. Little faces or whatever. Those glasses would have been cool. A little fence would be kind of neat someplace. Here's a little kitty. What do I do with those glasses? Here they are. Let's see what we got here. Don't necessarily like that. I don't know if I like the only in theaters bit down here, but that looks a little strange. I do think I want to cut this down just a little bit and add that. Matches. And it looks mysterious. James Bond will do that. It's all his fault. It really is. don't think I want that. Kind of like these glasses, but there's too many eyes. This is kind of cool. But I think I've got too much stuff on this page. I think I need to stop. Yeah, nothing else seems quite right. Maybe that right there. Maybe that little tiny fence gate thing right there, and I'm going to call this one done. It didn't take too long. It probably took me longer than I should have taken on it. Too indecisive on stuff. So that's that page, and let me put all this throwaway stuff back in my throwaway box so I can use it for other pages. Keep it all together so I can find it when I want to work. I probably have enough stuff for the whole entire book. Just right here. Oh, the tree would have been interesting on there. I cut it up and everything to use it. Forgot all about it. Yeah. It doesn't belong on there anymore. So, that's that one. I'm going to have to put something right here. I'll find something later. I didn't realize that my page was Kitty Wampus there. So we're going to have to work on that. But that's that one. It is a James Bond movie. The dancing girls, the girl watching, and James Bond with his cars and his watches and lust and wonder. Yeah, it's funny how that randomness kind of made itself not so random. So I am going to start working in my regular glue book. This one, I was saying I had taken quite a bit of pages out. And I wanted to start working in this a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. It had to have been like 2 weeks ago. But my pictures weren't trimmed up. So now I've got a bunch of pictures trimmed up to put in here. But I wanted to sort them and didn't get a chance to do that before the stream. I ran out of time. Things happen. I run out of time constantly. So I just kind of wanted to get started on 1 or 2 pages. That's a medium-sized picture. I really should sort these. What I want is large pictures so that I can put those on the bottom, and medium pictures, medium-ish, to fill in blanks. Medium-ish, those are kind of large. And I did mean to do this before and didn't get a chance. These are just completely random pictures, just some things that caught my eye, I thought might be interesting. There's an owl that's kind of neat. Things that, and I've had that for at least 15 years. It's about time she got used for something. Some Minions. Here's a crocodile thing. That's kind of small-ish. Small. Look at that turtle. So let me get the big pictures out. You have to put the big pictures on the bottom or you'll cover everything that you put in there. Expect the unexpected. Liked that. So if I'd been on the game here, I would have had this all sorted before. Sorry, but at least now you can see what kinds of things I save to put in. That's kind of large. That's kind of large. Mona Lisa. She's not large enough. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. That's big. That's kind of on the large size. I better put that in there. And that's large. And that's large. Large. The moose. The moose from Wyoming. There's a key. That's large. And large. Like that. So I get some of these smaller pictures out so I can find them in a second here. She's kind of large. Anyway, so there's some large ones. And what I'm going to do is find a place for my box. I am going to randomly, here's a tiny little toucan that I almost lost. I am randomly going to put some of these large pictures in. Where's my glue stick? I had it. I am just doing well, huh? Oh well, we'll go back to my favorite so I know this stuff stays in. My Scotch brand permanent glue stick. I wanted to try that Extreme Elmer's glue stick that Barb was using, but I couldn't find it this weekend. So I'm not able to try it out. So I am just going to glue a bunch of the large pictures in. And I am going to do this completely random. With no thought, or hardly any thought about it. Make sure that my page is not too big. You guys like seeing what I collect? I need to switch my page over and get glue on my pictures. I don't want glue on the fronts of my pictures. That's a really big picture. Glue everywhere. My fingers are getting gluey. Now I got some buckles in that one because the picture's so large. So before it dries, I'm going to press out those wrinkles to the ends so it will dry flat like that. Yeah, I should have I have baby wipes right here, and I should have one out. The lights that I use are very hot, and my baby wipes, they dry up really fast. So I don't want to pull it out until I really, really need to, because it'll be dry by the time I want to use it again. Oh, that got a big wrinkle in that one. I think I'm going too fast. Don't want you guys all bored watching me put silly pictures in this book. And I think I do need a wet one. A baby wipe. Because I'm starting to stick to everything again. Of course, there's no place to put this baby wipe so it doesn't dry out. Okay, so let me put one more something in here. Really like that. It's interesting. Don't know where I got it. Just don't even remember. But that's kind of cool. You know, I'm going to put her on the other side. I think she's neat. I got her out of the cell phone advertisement. She's really cool. Uh-oh, I need to change my page again. I don't change my pages often enough. I should actually do it after every picture so I don't get glue on the tops of my pictures like that. So I'm changing the page now. There's a reason I have this catalog out, so that I'll use it correctly. And I like to kind of straighten them as I go so it stays kind of flat, so it's easier to glue. Kind of like this mousse. I want to put the mousse in. Really like the mousse. We need a mousse. Let's put the mousse over here. The mousse from Yellowstone. So is everybody still with me? Not boring? Well, with the lack of sleep, it's about all I could muster today. Definitely not thinking. I'm at the end of my glue stick and it's coming out funny. It smushed itself all out. See if I can rub this glue everywhere. Dig some of that out. I don't like to waste anything, so Excuse me while I dig out this little bit of glue out of the tube. It's a good thing to do while my baby wipe is still pretty moist, and I can clean my fingers off. I like this mousse. I really like the mousse. Moose and squirrel. Oh, Lynn, you're doing jelly printing. That's fun. So I'm going to work with those big pictures that I've got there. And I'm going to put these guys back to put on other pages now that I dug them all out. I'm going to use them later. That's kind of cool. Thought I'd gotten most of the smaller pictures out, but I guess not. So here's some smaller little pictures. That's the tiny pictures. Where's my other bin? I have one more. What did I do with it? I don't know. Really. Have I lost it already? Oh, here it is. These are some smallish pictures. That I can put on top. Some of these are not trimmed down though, so oh, excuse me. Some of them are. That would be kind of fun to put on a page. I think I mixed up my little bins here because some of this is fussy cut stuff and some of it's not. I was tired when I tried to do all this. Let's see here. Some interesting somethings. I kind of like that. That little ballerina on the moose. Here's a tree. Cowboy on a horse. Pieces of buildings. I like buildings. I like animals. I like everything. Who am I trying to kid? Everything goes. Let me use some of these large-ish pictures. That needs to be trimmed. I'll do that later. Camels and buffaloes don't go together, so that'll have to be on a different page. I'm supposed to not be thinking about this. Kind of like that. Clock. Too many people. Let's see here. Las Vegas. Not with a moose. That's too strange. Just too strange. Thank you, Dida. Train. Oh, a hat. That's kind of cool. I don't know if I like that cowboy. Dominoes. crane, turtle, some largish something. Start bottling company. So I don't know, he doesn't really go. I'll leave him for a different page. I don't really want to make sure that there's themes going on here, but I don't want them to look really strange either together. So tree would be kind of cool. So let me start gluing these. And I'm going to continue to dig out that last little bit of glue in my glue stick because I am just that frugal. I cannot waste a drop of glue. I go through way too much glue to waste that whole little bit in my glue stick. Oops, get out of my way. So I'm putting some medium-sized pictures on this page. I should give up on this glue stick and dig it out later. Anything goes in Las Vegas. I guess that's true. I guess that wouldn't be the first moose that was in Las Vegas. Things are sticking to me. Get that baby wipe to still working. The baby wipe is still working. Get my fingers cleaned up after digging that glue out. All right. So what else do we want to put on here? And then it's just a matter of getting some medium-ish kind of pictures to fill up all the spaces that you've got. I probably am going to need more medium-ish pictures because it looks like I'm going to be using quite a bit here. Don't like that. That's kind of interesting. It doesn't have to have a theme. A bear would be able to go though, huh? That's too theme-ish. Castle. Castle looks interesting. Uh-oh. Need to switch my page again. Switching the page again. Oh, that would be neat. Thinking about it too hard. I don't know about that castle. That castle looks a little strange. Sitting there like that. Let's use that for the corner. And mostly what I'm doing is trying to find the right size pictures to fill my page. Not so much what is on the picture. I do tend to look at color too much, but I can't help myself. That's what I do. But I'm kind of looking to see if that picture will overlap the other one just a little bit. Now that you said something about Las Vegas, maybe I should just put that on there. So I'm just trying to make sure I cover the entire page with something. So I'm mostly going for size, and then I kind of look at color, make sure that nothing is like really standing out too much. I like my glue books to be kind of, I don't like anything to take the entire focus. I like to look at everything on the page equally. Sometimes that's a little difficult to do. I got a little bit of glue on the top of that picture. Get that off. I've got glue somewhere, and it's getting on something, all of my other stuff. So, okay, that's going to stick somewhere. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put these girls with their s'mores in the corner up here, because I like the way that looks. I like her dancing on the moose. So I am going to actually just put her on there. Stop thinking about it and just put the ballerina on the moose. She's going to be right there. She's riding a moose with her little pointy shoes. And then I'm going to go to a little bit smaller pictures to fill in some of those other spaces. I think I've got some smallish pictures in here. Should we put a city with a moose? It's too wide. Well, these are my little details. This is smallish pictures. Muffins and a moose. Where's my scissors? I'm going to trim that down. Trim the muffins down. So that's how I determine what to put on a page. I mostly go for size. I want to cover everything up. And I just find something that's kind of the right size that will fit. Something that will I'm going to put that right there. Actually, I should find other things and make sure that there's enough spaces and I can find enough things to put. Kind of like that. That's interesting. Make sure we've got a plan. I like the corks. The corks would be interesting in here too. But I guess we don't have to put both cork pictures on the same page. And I really had hoped to get all this stuff trimmed before I started doing this. So sorry I'm wasting time trimming stuff. That looks pretty cool right there. I'm going to put that right there because it's the perfect size. Moose with wine corks. Thanks, Lynn. Thanks, Dida. I love working in glue books. It's just the relaxing something that I needed today. Don't really think too much about it. It just kind of comes together pretty easily, usually. It's a cool little leaf. Usually comes together pretty easily. It's kind of like doing a puzzle. That's kind of interesting. I don't think I have space for them though, without covering up a bunch of other stuff. That would fit right there. A ferret. Carameled apples. Desert. Let's see here. What else? What else? I don't think I have room for that. I think I need some small, tiny little pictures. I think these are a little bit big. So I need to go to my little details. I like that right there. Kind of unexpected. So it's a giant puzzle trying to find things to fit in all these little spaces that fit together without pulling too much attention from each other. Kind of like this little ferret guy. It's too big for that area. I am going to glue them in and then trim off the end. I never did get Vegas on here either, did I? Oh well. Vegas stays in Vegas this time. So getting glue all over the place again. Boy, my baby wipes. It does seem like a theme. A moose with wine corks in Las Vegas with a dancing ballerina. I never did get Vegas on there though. That's not that theme-ish. I need something to cover up these spaces. I might actually have to use some, if I can find what I did with my papers, I might have to use some little strips of painted papers because I really don't have anything that's skinny. And I don't know where those went. Here's a piece of envelope. And that's just skinny enough to go there, so I might as well put it there since I found it before I lose that too. I don't know where my papers went. So I'm going to go to a different, well, I hadn't put any details on here except for the ballerina. Nefertiti. What else do we have? We have a lion. A lion might be interesting. We have some stars. That's kind of cool. That kind of fills that area up there that I needed something. So let me put that on there. Oops, that's the wrong thing. We don't need a lion. That's just a little too strange. We could put the other stars down here. I need to change my page again. And I have one more star to use. I might as well put him someplace because I'm going to lose it. Put it right there. So that's all covered. Okay. So that's not too theme-ish. See if I can fold the page without that seam going too much. I'm going to use just a card just to push in my little bits so they'll dry. There goes my voice. So they'll dry and not come up. Okay. And then we'll go to a different page. So let's try this one. Get my pictures up here where I can see them. I have got some very different kinds of pictures here. I definitely, all kinds of stuff just grabbed my attention. All kinds of different stuff. Here's Mona Lisa with a mustache. We already have a girl. We don't need another girl. Pick something else. Dolphin. Kind of like this. Let me change my page. Losing my pictures. You were kidding about the theme. Well, if Las Vegas had been in there, it was getting a little... I mean, what stays in Vegas? They've got some kind of odd stories going on over there. It doesn't matter. I mean, it wouldn't be bad if I did actually have a theme, but I was trying not to do that this time. I did that kind of with my other glue book, and I've had a hard time finishing that one because I'm kind of trying to go with a theme and I don't have the right pictures to finish up a page. So it's kind of stopped me from getting anywhere on that one. So I kind of didn't want to do that again, but if I do, I'm not going to redo it. It happens. Ooh, potato chips. What else do I have? Oh, I forgot. I found a spirograph. I actually had to get it. I remember playing with one of those. My grandparents had a set, and I didn't get to play with it very much because they never had any paper. So I got to play with it once or twice, but I mostly just got to play with the pieces, which isn't really that much fun if you don't have paper. So I'm all excited. I haven't done anything with this yet. That's kind of cool. Let me trim that off just a tad. So I'm looking forward to playing with the spirograph. I'm just such a little kid. Toys. I'd like to play with the toys. Come up just a little bit. There, thank you. There we go. That does not really going to fit. Planets. What else can we put on here? Kind of like the looks of that, but I guess I don't have really space for it now. House. I'm kind of looking for something that's that wide so that that page gets covered. I'm not finding anything. It's too small. That would kind of work. What else do I have? Candy apple. Ooh, that sounds good. I haven't had one of those in forever. Leave that out. That might be the right size. He's kind of interesting. Cupcake with lots of candles in it. Really should have trimmed some of these down. Let's see what that does. That might be interesting up there too. Said I love cats. It came out of a catalog. I think it's a t-shirt. And here's a boat. I really did get things in the wrong boxes. I need to go through and sort them all out again. Wicked, that needs to go with Las Vegas. All right, let's see. Let's see what we have up here. I need to trim that so I can see if it will fit. I'm not getting these trimmed very quick or very well. I'm trying to go too fast, and I'm leaving all kinds of little white bits that I will not be happy with. This is the perfectionist coming out. Gotta have all the white bits off, however small. Nope, that's just too small. That's kind of too small as well. Hi, Pam. You had company. Well, that will fit right there. Well, let's put that. Should we put on the end? No, I want it on the end. Cousins came for lunch. Sounds fun. So now I gotta find something that'll fit in there, which I don't seem to have. What size is this once I get it trimmed up? It would have been so much nicer if I'd trimmed everything ahead of time. I like that little pink bit. I'm gonna have to save that for my color glue book. And I don't know where that is right now. I'll just put it right there. All right, so that's too small. I like these candy apples. Oh, he's kind of cool. That's too big. Wicked is too small. I love cats. That'll fit. You put I love cats in the corner just because it's the right size. Definitely not a theme going on here. And then I need some little bit that will go right there. Do I have something? I don't seem to. Let's see. Let's continue on for a sec. I might have to put a piece of painted paper or something on that. Kind of like the candied apples right there. I still didn't get that white off of there. So I am going to put that there because I like it. You like this page? This is our third page. You missed the mysterious one. James Bond and his girl. Are you working on a glue book, Pam? Oh, my wet one is now dry. How quickly it goes bad. I feel like I got some glue on the top of that. No, it's just a wrinkle in the page. Oh, well. So here's a Wicked. Doesn't really fit. What happened to my guy? He's too dark. Can't see him. Kind of like this. Trim that up just a little bit. That's kind of interesting. To clean up, I need a little garbage can to put my little bits in. I end up throwing them everywhere and having to clean up for hours afterward. If I can find all the stuff that I've thrown. It's almost too small. I don't want to get it too small and not be able to find something to put there. And I already looked through this whole thing. That might work. Let's trim that down. I might just have to leave these little skinny bits and come back when I find some scrapbook paper or something to put in there. I don't think I collected any scrapbook paper to do anything with. So I like that. Let me just trim it just a tad. Put that in. And then trim off that little bit that overhangs. Yeah, I'm going to have to find some little tiny strips of something, maybe some color, maybe some scrapbook paper, maybe some envelope. That would work right there. Measure that a little bit, fold it so I can see where I need to cut it, and glue it down. Should find some little bits, but I'm going to wait till I fill in all those spaces. So that's how I work in my glue book. And I have been on for almost 2 hours. I got a late start putting stuff in or starting because I didn't know if I was actually streaming or not. Wanted to make sure I was streaming before I actually started doing anything. So I've probably been working for about an hour and a half. Oh, I love this hand. We're going to put that hand right there because I like it. So it takes a while to glue. I don't know what it is. And Barb was having the same thing. It just takes the time. I guess it takes time to find stuff or don't even know what. Yeah, glue on that page. And then an hour and a half has gone by and you feel like you haven't done anything. Oh, I love that car. The camels are cool too. We'll put the camels on there. Oh yeah, the camels have to be on there. Don't know why I had to put the camels there, but they needed to be there. All right. So I only have a few little bits, places to have to find something to put. Put the curtain. I do like having little bits of unexpected stuff. Picnic basket. Here's a kitty cat teapot. Things are falling. Obviously didn't put things up very well. He's kind of interesting right there, isn't he? I could put a bird, flip-flops, sheep. We put the sheep there. He looks a little scared. He looks kind of funny. Kind of like that. He made me laugh, so I have to put him there now. Don't know what I'm doing in the middle of this. he says. Don't put me there on the top of the page in the middle of everything. Oh, this sheep is just so funny. He'd make you laugh anyway, huh? Well, I am going to have to find some little bits to put in these areas. I am going to have to find a piece of scrapbook paper or something for that little strip. We like the sheep. He's from the Serta commercial, the beds. I'm going to use a card and get my crease kind of pushed in a little bit. Fold my page. See how that works. Okay. So that's how I work in my glue book. Lynn, you've got a whole folder of just textures. Did you see the color texture glue book I was working in before? I enjoy textures. You did go look at my Flickr page, and you saw I like taking pictures of textures as well. I like textures. I like looking at stuff that I want to touch. So that is almost finished. This one's pretty much finished. It looks like I could add a couple more little details, little bits and bobs. You saw the textures? Yeah. I need to start taking pictures again. I've been so busy doing crafts and stuff, I haven't taken any pictures. And then for Pam, the other page we did was the throwaway page that turned out kind of James Bondish. Very random. So I'm gonna stop there. And not start another page. That will probably take me a half an hour to do. And clean up my mess. I may stream a little tomorrow. I'm not sure though. I don't know what to do. I'm not set up to do anything since I really wasn't set up to do this. I did it anyway. So I guess that's all I have for you guys today. Sorry, I just really sleep deprived and not up for a whole lot of anything today. But they're starting out pretty fun. I enjoy gluing in the glue books, and I will continue on gluing in the glue books. I really like using my throwaway bits and pieces to do this. This was fun. I'm going to do some more in here, I think, of just stuff. So I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks, everybody, for being here and spending some time with me. Oh, yeah, everything's fine. Uh, Some, family dramas. Nothing, nothing major, just, it happens. Too much thinking. So that's why I get my glue books out so I don't have to think anymore. So I may come on tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm not going to plan to, but I might. I might just come on a little bit just to do something. I'm not sure what. Um, I kind of have been working in with my color stuff. I've been thinking about doing some color inventory. I want to do. I'm thinking about doing. And I said this in one of my other streams. I want to get out all my paints and crayons and all kinds of everything. I want to get everything out and do a little a, and look at what colors I've got so I can be reminded of what colors I've got. And I've been thinking about some way to do that. Um, so maybe I'll do that. Hi, Kiss My Creative. Yeah, we've been on for a little over 2 hours. My voice is starting to crack. So I'm thinking we might do some color inventory something soon. Um, I really want to know what kind of colors of things that I have and um, what they look like on paper. So I'm trying to come up with a fast, easy way to do some color swatching and put the same colors together in some kind of way, and still working on how to go about doing that. But I think I've got I got a somewhat of a plan. So thanks everybody for being here and keeping me company. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.